Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, The Ins and Outs of Windows 8.1. We appreciate you joining us, and if at any point you have questions or comments during the webinar, please feel free to type them into the chat box and we'll answer your questions at the end. Here's a picture and introduction of ourselves. My name is Stefania. I'm the marketing analyst, and Michael, who will be your presenter today, is the junior field analyst.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, before we go into detail about Windows 8.1, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what we do here at KRS IT Consulting. Our motto is today's technology for tomorrow's challenges. We provide IT services, support, and bring value to businesses. We're here to make your life easier by dealing with your computer issues so that you can focus your time on growing your business. Here's a list of services we offer. Some of them include cloud computing, disaster recovery, backup services, security camera systems, and website development. As you can also see, we work with multiple different industries that are listed here. Alright, now I'm going to pass it over to Michael so he can begin teaching you Windows 8.1.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Michael. I'll be your guest speaker today. So, two of the things that I want to start out with is actually the things that people don't like the most about Windows 8. I feel like a lot of the videos that I've watched preparing for this webinar are a lot of things that you're going to love about it right from the start. And two of the things I want to talk about are the things that a lot of people don't like, which is the Metro interface and the where's my start button. So let's start off with the Metro interface. This is the Metro interface, and I think this is really cool because a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is you're able to customize all the icons, right? So let's just say you have OneDrive here. You can right click this, you can unpin it, you can resize, so you can put it to small, you can put it to wide, medium, and it just gives you a lot more customability. A lot of people are using this on the tablets and stuff, and maybe it's not as good on the desktop version, or maybe it's just not as handy on the desktop version as on the tablet version, but it's still a pretty cool thing that you're able to do, to just literally be able to customize everything. Another thing that I want to talk about is it's just a cooler look. A lot of people don't like change, but as we all know, change can be good. So let me start off with going to the desktop. Okay, so I just want to show a couple pictures. I want to show Windows 98, which a lot of us know. Maybe a lot of us have never used this. Then I want to show Windows XP, Windows 2000, and Windows 7. Now, the reason why I'm showing this is because, as you can see, from 98, they've all kind of looked the same in a sense. They all just gave you that desktop. You had your start button, you had your icons on your desktop, right? With Windows 8, I feel like they wanted to be able to show you something different. They wanted to be able to go into something and say, alright, here's all of it, let me give you guys two different versions. Let me give you guys the Metro interface, and then let me give you guys the desktop interface. Another thing that I want to talk about is the touchscreen. I have touchscreen on my work laptop, I have it on my Windows 8 tablet, and I have it on my home laptop, and it helps out for a lot of reasons, which I will be going into. Now let me talk about the start button. Now the start button with Windows 8, they did take it out, and then with the free upgrade to Windows 8.1, which you can get from the store in the App Store on Windows 8, they put it back in a sense. One of the things they did was they did put it back, but when you click on it, it brings you to your Metro interface. But if you right click it, it gives you a couple of different options here. You can go to Programs and Features, Event Viewer, Disk Management, Task Manager Control. You can shut down, you can restart from here. So it does give you a couple of the main things that the start button was able to give you. Another thing that you can do is Classic Start, which I will get into a little bit later. With those 2 points made, let me go into a little bit more of the customization that you can do with Windows 8. From the Metro screen, if you put your mouse pointer to the top right, you bring it down, you have a couple of different options here. You can do stuff like search. Windows 7, when everybody's used to having the start button on the bottom left, and you can do, let's say, Facebook, right? Brings it up right there. Let's just say control panel, that brings it up, and it's exactly like the Windows 7 search. You'll be able to find everything there, and also once you're at the Metro screen, you don't even have to come here and go to search. If you're, let's say you're on desktop, right, you go to the Metro screen, if you just start typing, the search automatically comes up. You don't even have to go and click for the search. Another thing that you can do is you can personalize your tiles, right? So if you go to settings, you have a couple of different things here, your Wi-Fi, brightness, sound, power. So you can go to tiles, you can go to personalize, and you're able to change the background. So let's just say you want to give it this background, you want to put a green, you can change the colors. You can also change the colors of the little diamondy pictures we have here. So if you want to change it to red or whatever the case may be, right? And also, if you're at the Metro interface, this little arrow right here, this is, if you click this, this is going to have all your apps. This is going to have everything here, your photos, reader list, mail, maps, all of, Office 2013 you see here, and then a couple of different Windows tools like command prompt, control panel. One of the other things you can do right from here is you can uninstall your apps. And so let's just say, Windows 8 and Windows 8.1, they kind of come with the pre-installed apps like, Maps, News, whatever. And if you ever want to uninstall any of those because you just feel like it's bloatware, you feel like you're never going to use it, right? So you can just go to it, right-click it, uninstall, like that, and then that's it. And then it's gone, it's away from your computer. You don't have to go to Programs and Features to uninstall that. Right, now I'm going to go to the desktop, and the desktop view has changed a little bit, but as you can see, guys, I mean, it's pretty much the same exact way as it was, except, the start button's different. But we're going to get into that, and we're going to see how we can make it exactly like Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows Vista. So, if you're at the desktop view, you go to your right, you're going to see that same different type of screen, right? But in here you'll see a little bit of different options. You have your control panel, PC info help, and then everything down here is still the same. You can do change PC settings, your account, your OneDrive, your privacy, and you can power down from right here, restart, sleep, whatever you need to do. So I want to show you guys Classic Start. Classic Start is, or Classic Start, Classic Shell, Classic View, people call it a couple of different things. This is going to put your start button right back to how everybody remembers it. So go to downloads, and I'm going to download it. So once you click it, it's going to prepare setup, and this is the website that I use for this. But if you just Google a Classic Start, you'll be able to find it as well. Let this just go through. I'm going to click close. Now, without even having to set up or anything, everybody remembers when I clicked the start button before and it brought me to the Metro interface. Now if I click it, it brings me to this Classic Start, and as you can see why it has the name, it looks identical to Windows 7. There's a couple of differences, like instead of just having programs in the search like in Windows 7, I believe I have the picture here, yep, your programs in your search, now you have apps. So all your apps that you download from the App Store are coming up right here as well. So the Classic Start actually put in a little bit extra for you, and it's 100% free. Excuse me. Okay. So now I want to talk about a little bit how this is going to benefit your business. A couple of things I can't show you, like the touch screen, but I will get into that a little bit. So the touch screen is one of the things that I felt helped me out a lot, especially being a junior field analyst. I'm out a lot. I could be in situations where I don't have a big office table to be able to put my laptop and use my mouse and stuff. I could just be standing. I could be looking at a server, and I'm standing, I'm looking at it, I have my laptop in my hands, right? And I don't have anywhere to put my, I can't use my trackpad, or if I don't like using my trackpad, I like using an external mouse, right? Just plug it right into USB. Instead of doing this, if I don't have any space, I don't have anywhere to put my mouse, I can use a touchscreen. And with the touchscreen, it's very responsive. You can click on any icon, you can click on a star, you can swipe it over like that, and then it'll give you your options and stuff. So that definitely helps out a lot. The touchscreen, everybody thinks that it's just for tablets and stuff, but it actually does help you out a lot, especially at work. Even at home, if I'm just messing around on my laptop, it's a lot easier to just use that rather than if I'm sitting in my bed and I want to use the mouse because I hate the trackpad. It's a lot easier to just be able to just use the mouse. Another great thing that Microsoft's done is you're actually able to sync all of your devices now. So if you have an Outlook account, or if you have like a Live, like a Hotmail or anything like that, all you have to do, if you don't have this, and it's free, so just do a Google search on Microsoft Live account, okay, and you're able to log in through here. I'm already logged in. It's KRS IT Consulting, but you will have a section down here that'll say, actually let me see if I can find it here. Oh, here you go. Alright, so this is what's going to pop up if you don't already have a Microsoft account, and all you have to do is click sign up now and just go through these prompts like any other email address, and it's 100% free. And with this now, you're able to sync all of your devices. So let's just say you have a work laptop, you have a home laptop, and you have a tablet even. All you have to do is just sign in with your Microsoft Live account, and your background stays the same, your settings stay the same, your apps stay the same, which is really cool, especially if you forget your work laptop at home or something, or you're writing something up on your tablet and you want to see it on your home laptop, your work laptop. You don't have to worry about going into your email, sending it to yourself, or changing your backgrounds all around, or changing your settings all around no matter where you go. With the Live account, they're all synced in together. So another thing too is that with Windows 7, the Ultimate and Enterprise editions had this. Pro, Home did not have this, but BitLocker is built in to Windows 8 regardless of what version you have. Now I want to talk about the Windows App Store. The first thing that I need to say is it's definitely not up to par with the Apple App Store, the Android App Store. Why? Because they've been around for a lot longer. But it does have some of the main apps that you guys are going to be using, especially just, let's see, we have, as you can see, Facebook, Skype, YouTube, what else? I'll show you guys a little preview, Twitter, Adobe Photoshop Express, Amazon, Dropbox. So as you can see, it has pretty much the main ones. It's always going to have the main ones regardless. A couple that I do want to talk about though that are great for business is the Dropbox, which you guys already saw. You have a remote desktop app here, and you have Photoshop Express, which I believe you guys saw in the free, but all these are free as well. These are some pretty good apps. A couple of different fun ones I want to show you guys. We have Fresh Paint. So this is like for photo editing and stuff like that, if you want to draw on your photos and stuff like that. They have a couple of different cool ones that I didn't see in the Android store. DJ Mixer. This is like if you just want to create music, anything like that. This is 100% free as well. One of the things that I want to talk about too is there's a difference between apps and applications, so to speak. So let's just say we're back on desktop, right? Applications, we all know what these are. This is your folders that you open up. Anything you download like Microsoft Office, stuff like that. This is your applications, right? Apps from the App Store open up a little bit differently. So let me go back to start, and then let me just pick a random one here, finance, right? This is how they're going to open up. It's going to open up like this. It's a little bit different. It takes up your whole screen. People aren't used to this. I know a couple of people who are, scared about this. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that, what do I do now? With Windows 8.1, they added this taskbar here. They did not have this before, actually. So all you have to do is just you put your mouse pointer up here, and you can either minimize or exit out here. Or one of the other features that you can use is all you have to do is just take your mouse, go to the left, and as you see here, these are a couple of things that we were in before. A desktop store. You also have your start button. So let's just say you just want to go straight to your desktop, right? You don't want to exit out, or like for some reason you don't decide to go up here and minimize, right? You just want to go straight to your desktop. All you have to do is take your mouse, go up to here, go back to desktop, and boom. So as you guys can see, there's a couple of different cool things that you can do with Windows 8 that you couldn't do with Windows 7, obviously. One of the other things that I actually wanted to show you guys was the naming convention, right? The naming groups. So as you can see, I already did it to this one, but I'm just going to erase this and show you guys. So let's just say, you have 1,000,001 apps, right? And they're all on your desktop, or they're all on your Metro interface here, and you want to kind of put them in categories so you don't have to keep clicking through, because let's just say you're trying to find, a finance one, right? And you have 1,000,000 apps. You may not realize that this is the finance one unless you're going to scroll over every single one to find it. So you can put them into groups. So the way you put them in the groups is you just right click the Metro interface and you do name groups. Once you see name groups, we can call this social media. Click enter, and that's it. So from now on, when you open up the Metro interface, you'll see here that it says social media, and you can put everything into different groups, so you don't have to worry about not being able to find things. One of the other things that I wanted to show you guys was a couple of different ways that you can close out of the apps once you're on the full screen apps like the finance. One of the things was either minimize or exit out. The second thing was click on desktop or whatever you want to go to, store. You can also hit start down here. This is newly added with Windows 8.1. You just click start and it brings you back to the Metro interface. The second thing that you can do is you just hit the Windows button on your keyboard, which is the one that looks like the flag, usually in between CTRL and Alt. You just click that and it's going to bring you back to your desktop. So this was your 8.1 presentation today, and now I'm going to hand it over to the marketing specialist, Stefania.
Okay, thank you, Michael, for presenting the material. We covered a lot of valuable information. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat window and we'll answer them for you. Let me review the questions we have up on board. Okay, here's one from Richard. Richard would like to know how to boot the desktop in Windows 8.1.
Hey Richard, so this is what you're going to have to do for this. So let's go to Control Panel. Okay, and once you're at Control Panel, just go to the category view. If you're on large icons, small icons, just change it back to category. And then you're going to go to Appearance and Personalization. Then go to Taskbar Navigation, and then click on Show My Desktop Background on Start. And then you just click that, click Apply, hit OK. And with this, I mean, with the classic start here, and when it goes straight to the desktop, you don't even have to see the Metro interface. It does look identical to Windows 7.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Here's another one from Nicole. Nicole would like to know, where can you download Classic Start from?
Okay, Nicole, one of the websites that I usually go to download Classic Start is www.nite.com. And here you can actually download a bunch of different things. I use this a lot at home, at work, because basically what it is it's a mass downloader. So let's just say you have to download 3 or 4 different things at once. You just have to click them, and then you just hit Get Installer. So all you have to do with this is Classic Start is right under Utilities. Just click it, get installer, and then if that doesn't pop up, just hit retry the download, but it should right there. And then once that's downloaded, you just hit the executable file and then it runs, or you can just hit run if you don't want to save it, and then it'll go automatically. Like, there's no setting up, there's no anything like that. Once you hit run and it goes through, it'll be there automatically.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Stay tuned for more webinars that will be coming soon, and feel free to contact us by phone, email, or visiting our website. Thank you all for joining us, and have a great day.